Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Wednesday afternoon. Welcome into this, the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I'm Andy Graham alongside Jeremy Jeffco. We'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. 256-234-6221. It's been an interesting week here on the Auburn Blitz. A lot of talk, a lot of phone calls, a lot of anger. Yeah. And, it's just kind of natural reaction to a disappointing loss, especially early in the season like this. So, but, we're in midweek now. Everybody's had a little bit more time to process it. And, everybody's come out with their opinion about it. And so, Hugh Freeze had his press conference yesterday in Tiger Talk, so we'll talk about some of the things that he said. We'll take a look at actually around the SEC a little bit, and maybe even squeeze in a Braves segment, as they are neck and neck with the Mets now, tied for that wild card spot, 8 games back of the Phillies. Things are going to get very interesting as we move on down through the rest of the year. But JJ, it's the first time you've been on air this week. I'll just give you a chance to kind of give your thoughts on. We talked off the air earlier this week about the game, but just your thoughts.
I was incredibly disappointed in Auburn's performance, but I was disappointed in a lot of things in that performance, and not just Peyton Thorne, right? Obviously he didn't play well. You can't say you played well and throw 4 interceptions. So, but I have questions, right? The best player on the team is Jarquez Hunter, and he got 12 carries. That's a problem. Generally, if your running back is your best player, you want him to touch the ball 25 times a game. Give him 18 to 20 carries, give him 4 or 5 screens or swing passes, just stuff to get him in space. But you want your best player on offense touching the ball 20 or 25 times a game. He got 12 carries. Now, he did have 5 targets and 4 catches, something like that. But it was bad from a game plan perspective. I thought it was bad from a communications perspective on the third down play with the Cam Coleman 50-50 ball when he had the hurt shoulder. You've got a headset in the quarterback's helmet.
Yeah.
Everybody in the stadium could see Coleman tapping his helmet. He needed to come out. Understand you couldn't get him out. Somebody needed to be on that headset going, hey, Coleman's hurt. That's a no-go over there. You can't go there. He's hurt. So that Peyton Thorne knows I've got to look somewhere else rather than I've got man-to-man with Cam Coleman, I'm going 50-50 ball. Somebody had to make him aware of that injury. So there was communication problems. I thought game plan problems. They're not all Peyton Thorne's problems. As far as I've never been a believer in panic replace the quarterback moves. Mm-hmm. If Hugh Freeze and the staff think that Peyton Thorne gives them the best chance to win games, then keep rolling him out there. If he's your best quarterback, then play him. You don't replace him just because the fans are upset. That's not a reason to replace a quarterback.
No, but if he makes bad decisions.
But who's to say the other ones aren't making worse decisions? They see him in practice.
Again, that is true. However, I think at some point you've got to find out if it's a situation of Peyton Thorne is a great practice player and not a great game time player. We've got some guys that we don't know what they are really in game time situations. And if you got to back up and you want to find out something, now's the time to do it.
Well, you're running out of time. If you're not going to do it this week, you're not going to do it.
Right.
Because you're not going to wait until the Oklahoma game to change quarterbacks.
If you do it when you're forced to do it, then it's you're already you're already past kind of probably
Yeah.
saving the season.
And I think, I mean, look, I know we had one prediction of Peyton Thorne going to New York this year. I think that one's out the window.
Yeah, I didn't see that one. No.
And there's, gosh, this is going to sound mean. I don't mean this mean. There's not a part of Peyton Thorne's game that's a plus to me. He's an okay athlete, but he's not a plus athlete. He can throw the ball, but he doesn't have a plus. He's not plus arm talent, right? He's not plus on processing and decision making. So there's no part of his game that's like elevated, right? He's just a dude. And the answer was probably in the portal. And like I said, maybe Hugh Freeze's thought was, I need another recruiting class before I can really compete anyway. So I'll bring in that quarterback, whether it's a freshman or a portal quarterback, the following year when I have a roster that's more developed and I can plug and play.
Sounds good on paper.
Yeah.
So you're saying there was problems in execution, there was problems in game planning,
Yes.
and there was problems in communication.
Yes.
But outside of that, everything was okay. Okay. I just want to make that.
Yes, I
make
think,
sure I understand that.
I think execution, game planning, and communication were trouble spots on Saturday.
Yeah.
I don't know what other spots there are.
Might seem to try to remedy that.
Yeah.
Maybe going
I would try to
forward.
fix some of that.
Yeah. Might be a good idea. All right. Again, love to hear from you. 256-234-6221. Some comments from Hugh Freeze yesterday. I think it was yesterday morning. He obviously talked about how disappointing it was. That was what you would expect. Notes that New Mexico went toe-to-toe with number 20 Arizona on the road for a large portion of that game. Again, New Mexico, one of the worst teams in college football last year. I think they've got like 42 transfers, new coach in Bronco Mendenhall. They've been very competitive. Now, Arizona ended up blowing them out. But they've been very, far more competitive than they were last year. So they're not Alabama A&M. They're going to be a little bit better than that. So going to have to play better. Auburn, for sure. We are not talented enough to play badly and win. You cannot turn the ball over. Officially 5 times, Auburn turned the ball over 7 times. Let's be honest. That is the 4th and 2 that you don't get at midfield. That's a turnover.
Yep.
He threw another interception in the end zone. It got bailed out by an erroneous pass interference. That's not going to happen very often. That was a turnover too, although it wasn't really didn't turn out that way. Freeze on potentially changing quarterbacks. It's really hard for me not to play a young man that's consistently the best performer in practice. Having said that, you have to carry that over into the games.
Both statements completely true. Because you tell your whole team, right, that you earn your spot Monday through Friday.
We talking about practice.
You earn your spot Monday through Friday. No. And what message are you sending to the rest of the team that, like, hey, this guy's putting in the work, this guy's getting it done Monday through Friday, the other guys are not, but I'm going to replace him anyway.
Right.
Both statements are I agree with both statements there.
I get it, but sooner or later you gotta start delivering in the game. On the heels of that statement, Freeze said there were some really good calls in that game. We had people running wide open. Peyton missed 3 of those that changed the game in the first half. If that continues, we have to go in a different direction. So, if it's just in practice that we're doing well, but we don't translate to the games clearly, we got to make a change. Now, how far do you go? When is enough enough?
Yeah.
I would. Well, I'm not even going to say it. All right. The offensive line, everything was kind of going according to plan in preseason. And, all the talk was sounding really good. Then about 2 weeks before the first game, you heard, well, we're probably going to have, had to mix it up with the offensive line a little bit, and Hugh Freeze kind of calling them out, saying they're not as far along as we wanted them to be at this point. And you thought, well, what is he? Hey, okay, he's just calling them out a little bit. You're trying to motivate them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. They're they got problems. They got issues, clearly. So we're playing merry-go-round, moving guys around. Dylan Wade's apparently going to play tackle again. And, Miller was hurt during the game, and clearly it showed. As much as they love was it Tyler Johnson, the big freshman, he got whipped. Guy went around him like he was standing still a couple of times.
Hardest position on the field to play as a true freshman is offensive line.
Sure. No question, especially at left tackle.
For many reasons. One, it's a complicated position. Outside of quarterback, you have to know more about what's going on than anybody else. And the athletes that you're playing against on that defensive line are the best athletes in the country.
Right.
Big, fast, strong, especially when you face older guys. Alabama's right tackle last week, I started to send the guy a sympathy card. He got 3 or 4 holding calls, gave up 3 or 4 sacks.
He's kind of become my favorite player.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there on the offensive line as we move forward. Can it get better? Sure it can. We'll see if it does. Can you make better decisions? Sure you can. Don't turn the ball over 5 times. That'll help. We'll continue these discussions, talk about love to hear from you, 256-234-6221. Don't go anywhere, just getting started on this edition of the Auburn Blitz.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union, is looking for the next hometown hero. Hometown heroes could be first responders, public service workers, community leaders, pastors, community volunteers, or anyone who is making a difference in your hometown. Submit your nominations now online at myhscu.com. And if your nominee is selected, they will get a $100 Visa cash card and a certificate of appreciation from Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
The good guys at Alex City Marine are ready for your boating needs all summer. And now you can get up to $4,500 in rebates on our huge selection of new Landau Tri-Tunes and sacrifice pricing on remaining 23 models. Alex City Marine also has a new fleet of rental boats for fabulous days on the water, whether it's service, new pontoon selections, or rental boats. See the pros the locals know. Alex City Marine on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, or online at alexcitymarine.com.
When you need an automotive hero, you got to call S&S Discount Tire Pros. With locations in Alexander City and Dayville, we are here to serve you today. From quick services like oil changes and tire rotations to in-depth automotive repairs such as suspensions, brakes, and tune-ups, S&S can take care of all your tire needs. You just have to focus on what's important and love the drive. Call S&S Discount Tire Pros today. We are automotive heroes, and we are here to serve you.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We are your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
Get ready to rev up your fall with Adams Motorsports in Montgomery. This season, experience the thrill of the open road like never before. From sleek motorcycles to powerful ATVs to versatile side-by-sides, we've got everything you need to fuel your passion for adventure. Whether Polaris, Suzuki, or Kawasaki, Adams sells and services the best. Go to where the journey begins. Visit us today or online for more information. From East Alabama's first family of power sports, Adams Motorsports of Montgomery.
Let's get serious. Let's get Arctic Air serious. You want your car and truck to live longer, don't you? Well, it's about maintenance. Same thing with Arctic Air. You see the number at the bottom of the screen? Call them right now. Let me tell you something. You want to be comfortable? We all want to be comfortable.
Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC offers popular full-size trucks with a legacy of strength and durability. Side by side, the new Chevrolet Silverado and GMC Sierra 1500s, discounted up to $13,000 off. Or big, heavy-duty Chevy and GMC 2500s, discounted up to $8,000 off. Rugged durability, powerful engines, and advanced technology. Choose your perfect truck today at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika.
Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us on this Wednesday afternoon. Brought to you each and every day by Central Alabama Community College, a great place to get a great education. Right here in Central Alabama, got great athletics, got great academics, and 4 campuses conveniently located: Alexander City, Talladega, Prattville, and Childersburg. J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. No job is too big. No job is too small. Commercial, residential, whatever your needs might be, they can help you out. They're doing tremendous business right now, but they'll always make time for you. J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. And finally, Russell Do-It Center. They got 9 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Do-It Center today. You'll be glad that you did. They can beat the big box store. All right, JJ, looking around the SEC a little bit, certainly Texas probably made the biggest statement.
Well, nothing about that surprised me. You and I talked about this when the top 25 came out. I didn't think Michigan belonged anywhere near the top 10.
Right.
I thought they were somewhere between 15 and 20 probably. They're not devoid of talent, certainly, but they lost, out of 22 starters, they lost like 18.
And
a
coach.
And a coach, and, quarterback, and, first-round pick at quarterback, although we could debate that, whether he should have been, but, it doesn't matter. I didn't see Michigan as a legitimate top 10 team, and I think what you saw was Texas did what they should do against a team that's probably a top 25 team, but nowhere near a top 10 team.
Right.
And, Texas, look, so far from what I've seen, it's kind of chalk at the top. Georgia looks like the best team in the conference, and Texas, I think, is not far off of that. The movement to me, right now to me, Tennessee looks like the 3rd best team in the league.
That one was that may have been the biggest statement over Texas. I don't know how good NC State is. Maybe, we came into this game thinking that they were pretty good, but
Luke Robinson and I talked last week that NC State was one of the teams that he really liked over the summer.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really expect them to, but no, I didn't. I really thought after watching Tennessee last week, Tennessee looks like the real deal. Now,
39 yards rushing for NC State. Is Tennessee's defense that good?
Yeah, that's the thing. They've got a legit defensive line, and they've got a good offensive line. And the quarterback is Yamaliava. Am I getting that right? Yamaliava? Is that right?
Sounds good to me.
He's a freshman, and he's going to have some freshman moments. I don't think he's going to, win the Heisman as a freshman or anything like that. He'll struggle against some of the better defenses they'll play at times, just being a freshman. But he's certainly uber talented.
He is.
The kid can really play, and so I think Tennessee, right now, to me, looks like the third best team in the league.
51-10 over NC State at a quote-unquote neutral site, although it was in North Carolina. Arkansas somehow puts up 650 total yards, almost outgains Oklahoma State by 300 yards. Taylor Green throws for 416 yards, and they find a way to lose in overtime to Oklahoma State, 39-31.
They don't play a whole lot of defense.
And look, actually, I thought the defense had improved a little bit.
As good an offensive coordinator as Bobby Petrino is, he's also a little reckless with the football. They turned the ball over 3 times. And it's hard to win games when you turn it over 3 times.
Yes, it is. No doubt about it for sure. Let's see. Ed has a comment to me where you lose the Auburn fan bases when they are told Auburn has got plenty of money, one of the top NIL in the SEC, top 15 program in the country, and Auburn, Mississippi State, Vandy, South Carolina, Arkansas are the only 5 teams in the SEC without a quarterback, the top 100 in NIL. That's a very interesting point. And, look, I mean, Hugh Freeze came out and said it. We talked about it and kind of mentioned it quite a few times. He said, we were not willing to pay $1 million or whatever for a top-level quarterback yet. He said, we probably will, but we weren't ready to do that yet. So I don't know what that says. I mean,
it could very well be that this Notre Dame commit
Riley Leonard? No. Oh, Deuce Knott.
Yeah. Could very well be that the plan has always been, he's our guy. We're going into next year with him. So let's just get through it this year. You know what I mean?
But you really you expect to roll a true freshman out there and for him to just be great?
I think Tennessee looks, but I don't know. I think it's all relative to where you think you are, right?
Yeah.
I didn't believe coming into this season, that Auburn was in any kind of position to contend for an SEC championship.
No.
I thought they were a 7 or 8 win team. I still think they're a 7 or 8 win team. Could I be proven wrong on that? Yeah, they got some things they got to fix. But I still think they're a 7 or 8 win team. It maybe that's why, right? Okay, let's keep our powder dry for another year until we think we're a year or so away from busting loose. You know what I mean?
Jim says, JJ, don't forget, Michigan also lost Connor Stallion.
They did.
That's true.
Yeah, yeah. And apparently the high school team he's coaching now got beat like 70-0 Friday night.
Right. Didn't do enough scouting.
Apparently, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, got to take another break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill in Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes. They're installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
The results are in, and Game Day Men's Health in Auburn has delivered. The certified medical team at Game Day Men's Health wants to help you feel better. Text 334-209-3706 to set up your free testosterone check and consult. Results back in as little as 15 minutes. Tired of feeling tired? Text 334-209-3706 to Game Day Men's Health in Auburn. They make you feel better.
Lake Martin Mobile Detailing is the #1 auto and boat detailing company in Central Alabama. Don't trust your boat or vehicle to just anybody. Hire the professionals. Top-of-the-line ceramic coating, detailing, gel coat restoration, and paint correction gives you the options to take care of your vehicle the right way. Located at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville, Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have you riding in style. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or Superior Automotive and Boat Detailing.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. Just a couple of more few more segments left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. We always like to remind you about Pepper Tree Steaks and Wines, 2 locations, one in Montgomery, one on East Glen in Auburn. Tremendous food. Go and pick out a steak. They got steaks, ribs, hamburgers, Conecuh burgers, all different kinds of meats and things that pick one out, take it home, grill it yourself. You can have them prepare it for you. They have weekly specials as far as lunch specials. Go to Pepper Tree Steaks in Wine. That is just the letter N. winesingular.com, peppertreesteaksandwine.com, and check out their weekly lunch specials. Right now, in the month of September, they're having a deal, so got a tremendous wine selection in there as well. If you go into Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine, either location, Montgomery or Auburn, mention that you saw their commercial on the Auburn Blitz, you get a $5 off of any $25 or more purchase. So go in there and spend more than $25. You get a $5 rebate for just mentioning that you saw their commercial on the Auburn Blitz. So go and check them out. Take advantage of that for the month of September. Tremendous food, great people, Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. All right, JJ, back to the SEC a little bit. We were pretty convinced that South Carolina was just as bad as we thought they were when they were lucky to beat Old Dominion.
Do we still not think they're bad?
We think they're bad, but Kentucky, a new contender has emerged for the worst team in the SEC.
I think, and sometimes you see this, right? Sometimes coaches can fall in love with their own press clippings, right? With Stoops going into this, I don't understand what he's doing. I don't know how you ever go into a Southeastern Conference football game going, we're going to throw the ball 10 times. You went out and got Brock Vandegrift. I mean, here's a highly recruited guy. He's a guy with some skills. And it's like, oh, yes, we're just going to run the ball. And I don't know if they're in the wing tee. I don't know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But Vandegrift, 3 of 10 for 30 yards and an interception. Look, if you can't coach an offense any better than that.
That won't win many football games.
It's not going to win, no. And so, I don't know, man. Kentucky, I don't think Kentucky, I think Kentucky probably has more talent than South Carolina. And I think they coached their way to a blowout loss on Saturday. So,
I mentioned this to Luke last night. You know, I've seen it before. You've seen this kind of thing happen where a guy is out of school and he does a really good job, and he does such a good job for such a long time that he gets some offers elsewhere, and then he really flirts with one team, you know, and he basically all but took the Texas A&M job.
Yeah.
And then he just kind of saunters back to Kentucky, and it's just never really the same after that. Maybe this is just, you know, things are not going to ever be the same as they were. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it's just one game.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just one season.
Yeah, I mean, they could still put it together.
Golly, that is bad.
Together, but
you thought Auburn had a bad day off.
And look, you put it out. It's not like South Carolina played great football Saturday.
No,
they had 250 yards of total offense, right? Yeah. I guess you could say their defense played really well, but again, not sure that Kentucky even had an offensive game plan for that game. So it's not like South Carolina played really good ball Saturday.
No.
But
Oklahoma was not good against Houston. They had less than they had less total yards than Kentucky. They had 249 total yards, only 75 yards rushing. Jackson Arnold did not have a good game. So I don't know quite what to make of that. Maybe Oklahoma's not as good. Maybe they just had a bad game. But Arizona takes care of Mississippi State on the road out there in Arizona as well. This game was – I don't think it was quite as close as the 30-23 score indicates.
How about LSU struggling with Nichols for a little while?
Yeah, that game was like 23-21 for a while.
Yeah.
I don't quite know what to make of that either, to be perfectly honest with you. LSU goes to South Carolina this weekend.
Yeah, Oklahoma and LSU right now, I don't know on either one of those teams. I'm a question mark on both.
Florida beats Samford 45-7. DJ Lagway throws for 456 yards.
And then Billy Napier does the responsible thing, comes out and says, well, we have 2 good quarterbacks now going forward.
JJ, if Florida starts Graham Mertz and they get beat by Texas A&M, they ought to fire Billy Napier on the spot.
Agreed.
If he starts DJ Lagway and they beat Texas A&M, they ought to fire Billy Napier on the spot. Because he's in a no-win. I'm beginning to think he's not a good coach.
Right.
He's actually a dumb guy. I don't know.
Somebody pointed this out, and I don't recall the situation when all this went down, but Billy Napier was on Alabama's staff when they hired Lane Kiffin. And he had been a coordinator before, and apparently never got any consideration for being moved up into that position.
Right.
And so, I don't know. But I'll say this: if he thinks he's going to get away with playing 2 quarterbacks,
he ain't Steve Spurrier.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, I don't say that word.
I'm with you. Look, this Texas A&M game, if he is to keep his job, he must win this game.
I think that's probably accurate.
If he loses this game, no matter how close no matter what the situation is. It could be on the worst blown call of all time. But if he loses this game, I do not see him getting to 6 wins. And if you don't get to 6 wins, you're gone.
Again, if DJ Lagway, if they put him in there and he, God forbid they beat A&M by 2 touchdowns. You stupid for not even starting him for the season. You need to be fired on the spot. I wouldn't even let him back in the stadium. Steve Stevens says if we don't see any improvement in the next several games, I am requesting a refund of my annual alumni dues. So tired of the same poor performance. I mean, look, all the players want to be paid. And, it's all about, it's a lot about money now. Well, with that comes, used to you could say, well, this guy, he loves Auburn and he's doing it for the love of the game and he's doing the best he can. That line don't work no more. Now it's, hey, you getting paid. You either produce or get out.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't think it's ever changed. I don't remember any time anybody had bad quarterback play and was like, well, he loves the school.
Yeah.
I don't, nobody's ever done that.
No.
Whether they're getting paid or not. But yeah, I don't understand what went on Saturday in Auburn. Like I said, I didn't understand the game plan. I didn't understand a lot of stuff. But, maybe there's a plan going forward. I think we'll know in the next 3 weeks.
Only people that did understand it was Cal.
Yeah.
All right, we got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
At Jacksonville State University, the journey starts with you. It begins with your ambition, your curiosity, your dreams. Here, you forge your own path. You have the power to make a difference, explore new horizons, and turn your passions into your future. At Jack State, we journey forward together. The journey starts with you.
Introducing Zaxby's new chicken finger tacos. One with pico and creamy chipotle ranch, and the other with bacon and avocado ranch. Chicken experts since 1990. Taco experts since now. Woo, saucy! Zaxby's.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We are your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
Bucks Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bucks Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bucks Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bucksisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation is coming soon to the corner of 280 and 49 North in Dadeville. This new 10,000 square foot facility is conveniently located to serve the residents of the Lake Martin area and its many communities. A branch of Frederick Dean Funeral Home and Crematory in Opelika, Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation looks forward to serving your families and your communities, as we have since 1900 at Frederick Dean. 256-750-0381.
Dr. Lisa Daniel is now at Daniel Eye Care. Dr. Lisa Daniel has been serving the Auburn Opelika community for over 20 years. Dr. Daniel specializes in glasses and contact lens, children's eye exams, treatment of eye diseases, and LASIK consultation. At Daniel Eye Care, we strive to treat our patients as we want to be treated, with compassion, integrity, and personalized attention. Come see Dr. Lisa Daniel at 1955 Opelika Road or call us at 821-8889. Daniel Eye Care. Find your focus.
Introducing Zaxby's new chicken finger tacos. One with pico and creamy chipotle ranch, and the other with bacon and avocado ranch. Chicken experts since 1990. Taco experts since now. Woo, saucy! Zaxby's.
At Jacksonville State University.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. Just a couple more segments left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. Andy, a different Andy, no relation, says, great coach sees the inevitable and goes ahead and does what needs to be done. Brown or white, needs to play the entire game against New Mexico. Why wait until Arkansas is blowing you out to make a change? Spurrier would have benched Thorne last year, second or fourth game. That last statement's absolutely true. There's no doubt about that. And I think that's spot on. I mean, if you're going to make the change, if you see it and this is – you look back at what Thorne has done and what he's doing now.
Or if you just want to take a shot.
Yeah.
This is the
if you want
to
find out, well, we had this tiny little slice of example for Hank Brown in a bowl game when it was out of hand, but he looked brilliant. And you think, wow, okay, well, maybe that was just a flash. Maybe it was just, things worked out fine. Or maybe he's that good he's a game time player. He's a gamer. You go out there and he can put it on the money, but we need to find that out. And if it's not the case, then you find it out against New Mexico and you move forward and do the best you can. But I'm with you. I don't think Walker White's ready, but I think Hank Brown is itching to prove that he is, and I would like to see him get a chance.
Well, like I said, if you're going to do it, this is the week to do it. Yep. You don't want to do it down 14 to Arkansas in the first half. You don't want to do it down 14 to Oklahoma in the first half, right? You got to. If you're going to make that move, New Mexico is the game to do it.
Now, the downside to that is I'm hoping that, if by chance it doesn't work out, Hank Brown goes out against New Mexico and throws 3 picks, you got nowhere else to go.
No, then you're back.
I mean, you're just,
Yeah.
You're back to Peyton Thorne, and you just say, well, okay. Here we go.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So the hope it just the air's out of the sea.
And look, I don't know if any of these guys are going to be that guy, right? But obviously, Hugh Freeze is only in his second year. He had to do pretty much a complete roster rebuild, which is still going on.
Still going on.
Sure. And so, but I think sometime in the next 2 years, Auburn's going to expect to be competing at the upper levels of the Southeastern Conference. It is hard to do that in this day and age without something approaching elite quarterback play. Doesn't mean it has to be a Heisman winner, but somebody that can make those throws into tight windows. You know what I mean? Somebody who can make a big play when you need it. Not just the days of the serviceable game manager. Those days are over. The way football is played now, you need something approaching elite quarterback play.
If you're
going to be competitive.
If you can only throw to open guys, if you can't throw a guy open in this day and age, you really can't get it done in college football.
No.
That's just the way it is. I don't. And it's not to say, look, there's a reason that only, so many guys make starting quarterbacks in college. And a very select few of them go on to be good NFL quarterbacks.
Yeah.
It's hard to do. But I didn't make the rules. That's just the way it is. All right, the Braves and the Mets both tied 79 and 66. Braves 26 and 24 in the second half. The Mets 30 and 20. So they have played better, especially here lately. Braves are 5 and 5 in the last 10 games. Mets are 10 and 2 in the last 12 games. They are on a tear right now, so they have caught the Braves.
Now the Mets this weekend have 3 at the Phillies.
Yeah.
Coming up.
And then they get 4 with the Phillies right after that.
And then they get 4 with the Phillies a week later. The Braves, they got the Nats today. Really need that one.
Mm-hmm.
Because after that, you get the Dodgers.
For 4.
For 4. On the road at the Reds and at Miami. And then you get the Mets. You just want to be even with the Mets when you go into that home series and figure you can take 2 out of 3 and finish it off, right?
If you're going to look at it, the Braves don't exactly have an easy schedule. Like I said, they got the Dodgers. You got one more with the Nationals, but then you got 4 with the Dodgers at home at least, and you're going to have Sale, and you're going to have Swallenbach, and you're going to have, I think, Morton and Lopez if he's healthy. So that's your best.
Yeah.
That you're going to throw out there against the Dodgers. So at least you got a chance with that. On the road at the Reds, I don't know. But the Marlins they should beat. The Mets, you got to beat 2 out of 3 there at least. The Royals are a pretty good team, but the Mets, 3 with the Phillies on the road. Nationals, that's crap, but 4 at home with the Phillies. At the Braves for 3, at the Brewers, who are leading the Central. That's a tough closing stretch for the Mets.
Yeah.
So the Braves got to take advantage of it right now. They're both, they're in that 3rd wild card spot. The Cubs are the closest 4 games back. Now, the Cubs still in it. Could you believe that?
Yeah, I don't think they're really in it at 4 games back.
Probably not. But
not this late.
All right, we're going to go ahead and take one more break, but we'll be back with the final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Wednesday right after this.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sensi Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensigreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit Sensigreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare. Serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama. Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Announcing Camping World's Inflation Buster camping program. You can now get into a new RV starting at just $98 a month. We won't let the economy steal your camping season. Take advantage of this very limited time offer and lock in your low monthly payment today.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College. Central to you. Central to your success.
Go ahead and mark your calendars, sports fans. The Alabama State Games are returning to the Magic City of Birmingham, Jefferson County, and surrounding communities June 13th through the 15th, 2025. We're talking about 20-plus sports open to athletes of all ages and abilities. The 42nd Alabama State Games will be something to behold. Mark your calendars now and be ready to go when registration opens. Visit alagames.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more exciting announcements.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ closing things out here to 1 o'clock. Again, thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. It is September 11th, JJ.
Yes.
23 years ago, if you can believe that. But on this day, before we ever knew that there were tragic things like that, 1966, this is just one of those oddities, only in baseball. Johnny Miller becomes the first Yankee to hit a home run in his very first major league at bat. Johnny Miller, 1966. He hit 2 home runs in his career. The first on his first at bat. His second home run came on his final at bat in 1969.
3 years later, yeah.
That's why he only played for 3 years. He wasn't a very good hitter. But you come in right and you go out right. How about that? On this day, 1985, I'm sure you remember it well. I do. Pete Rose got hit number 4,192 off Eric Show of the Padres, breaking Ty Cobb's all-time record, 4192. Would go on to have, I think, 42? I forget the number, but 4,200 something hits. I mean, that has now become kind of an not famous but infamous kind of record. And, of course, on this day, 2001, nearly 3,000 people, Americans, die in a terrorist attack against the United States. I actually talked to somebody today, and they were saying, she said, my daughter is in 8th grade and didn't even really know what 9/11 was.
Oh, sure.
They don't even really teach it in school, and I'm like, that's kind of a big deal.
Yeah. Well, in 8th grade, I don't know. You may learn that one more in high school. But,
maybe so.
But, I mean, it's Pearl Harbor,
yeah,
9/11, you know.
Now I think COVID is there.
And, by the way, I would say this to anybody. If you're ever in New York, do the 9/11 museum, the Memorial Museum. Do it. It is so unbelievably moving and I mean, I hate to say depressing, but it's sad, you know, the whole thing. But you're walking amongst beams and staircases and, you know, and they've got the videos and all that. Anyway, spent hours in there. Just a fabulous job they've done with that museum.
Where were you?
Huh?
Were you on the radio?
I was on the radio in Columbus, Georgia that morning.
Really?
And, it was funny because we were a fairly new radio station, and we didn't have a news affiliate, right, like ABC News or NBC or whoever. And so when the first plane hit, and then I'm kind of watching it on the television. It's not the first time a plane's hit a building in New York. Those happen, small planes, you know, little commuter planes or whatever. Then when the second one hit, like I was on the phone with the Associated Press. I'm like, look, I need to do a deal with y'all, but I'm putting you on the air right now.
Right.
You know, like we need some news reporting. So we had the Associated Press up and going right then. So yeah.
Happy birthday today, a man by the name of Paul Bryant.
Paul William Bryant.
Otherwise known as the Bear. 1913 to 1983. He was only 70. He seemed like he was like 95, but he was only 70 years old when he died.
Yeah.
That's not that old.
No,
I mean, that's crazy. Ed Sable, who created NFL films.
Yeah.
Not The Voice, but he created them. 1916, he was born. The great Tom
Frozen
Landry.
tundra of Lambeau Field.
Tom Landry, the great Tom
I
Landry.
had one of my early football heroes. I was a big.
How about Paul Bryant and Tom Landry on the same day?
Yeah.
Not the same year. 1924, he lived a ripe old age, 2000. Brian De Palma,
Director.
of course, Scarface,
Yeah.
The Untouchables,
Yeah.
Carlito's Way, quite a few good ones. Brian De Palma, 1940. Jack Eli, lead singer of The Kingsmen, who made famous a song that came out in 1955. They made it famous in 1963 that I bet you've heard at every high school football game you've ever been to. Louie, Louie.
Louie, Louie.
Louie, Louie.
Yeah.
Oh.
And, you know, really, and the song was big in 1963, but I think the song really got big in Animal House.
Probably, yes.
Yes.
I would imagine that's a good call. Tommy Shaw.
Tommy Shaw, Montgomery, Alabama's
From
own.
Montgomery, Alabama. Lead singer of Styx. Well, co-lead singer of Styx.
Lead guitar player.
Damn Yankees, I think, as well.
Damn Yankees, he was in that as well. Interesting story. Him and his band.
Robert E. Lee High School, by the way.
Yeah, him and his band in Montgomery had a standing Friday night gig at the Bama Lanes Bowling Alley on the Atlanta Highway.
Is that right?
And he somehow a demo tape got in the hand of Styx. They were looking for a lead guitarist, and they had heard this demo tape of him playing guitar. So he goes to Chicago to audition, breaks out his guitar, and Dennis DeYoung says, "No, we've heard you play the guitar. We're not worried about it. We know you can play." Said, "If you can hit the high notes on Lady, you got the job."
Really?
So turns out he could hit the high notes on Lady, and he got the job.
Yeah. How about that? Tommy Shaw, Montgomery, Alabama. Harry Connick Jr., jazz guy, 1967. Christopher Bridges, also known as, really good description of the Auburn Cal game, Ludacris.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Born on this date, 1977. And Ed Reed.
One of the great safeties.
Miami.
Ravens,
Yeah, went
Miami
to,
Hurricanes.
made his fame at Baltimore, I guess. 1978, Ed Reed. All right, so going to wrap it up for us. Thank you so much for being with us. He's JJ, I'm Andy. So long for now. We'll talk again soon.